Hi, it's Mary, and I hope that you are doing well. In one of the early family history research videos that we did, we talked about searching for records in FamilySearch.org. And at that time, I mentioned that FamilySearch also has a Research Wiki, and I said that we would come back and talk about the Research Wiki in a future video. Well, this is the future video. So, on the Research Wiki, you can find resources for researching for records in certain countries. So today I'm going to do an overview of some of the things you might be able to find for your ancestors in the Research Wiki. So the wiki is organized by country, and I usually go to a search engine and just search for the country I'm looking for, Family Search, Research Wiki, whatever country I'm looking for, and that'll take you direct to the page for that country. If instead you were to search Family Search, Research Wiki, main page, that would take you to the main page, and there it is organized by country. So there's a list of countries, and I just did a brief count, and there's over 190 countries listed on there. And so the odds are that you should be able to find something for one of your ancestors or the country your ancestor is from. So because our time is limited today, I'm going to focus on one country, tell you some of the things you can find for that country, and just keep in mind that there are similar resources for all of those 190 countries that are in the Research Wiki. So if you start on the country list and you click on the country, it'll have a list of areas of the country, and the whole country will be the first one on there, so you can just click on the country and go to the general page for the country. If you click on one of the areas, it will take you to a page that has information for that area. So it'll give you a brief history of that area, and then along the right side will be links to information that you might find useful for searching for resources from that area. If you click on the country itself, there's information about the country and links to items of interest for researching for that country. So you can get links to research tools that are useful for the records from that country. You can get how-to guides, maps of the areas of the country, online tutorials that will help you with other resources for that country. Something that I've found particularly helpful for the German records is the genealogical word lists. So vital records are basically set up the same in a particular country or in an area of a country. The information that's going to change is the information particular to the person in the record. So things like the person's name, the city they're from, their occupation, their age, their birth date, their parents' names, things like that. So the word list can help you determine what is being said about the person in the record, hopefully your ancestor. In the past, boundaries of countries moved more often than they do now. And the Research Wiki can help you determine what country or what other countries, the area your ancestors are from may have been a part of. For instance, my grandfather was born in an area of Germany that has at different points in time been ruled by France. So if I am looking at his records or his ancestors' records, some of those records are going to be in German, some of those records are in French, and some of those records are in Latin. And on the Research Wiki, I can get a list of genealogical words to help me determine what's being said in the records. And for my grandfather, I've actually used the German genealogical word list, the French genealogical word list, and the Latin genealogical word list. So that's something I've found very helpful at the Research Wiki. Also useful for German records is the handwriting section. So the way German words were written has changed over time, and before World War II, they used different characters than we use. So an A kind of looks like an A, but an E doesn't look anything like an E. And sometimes it's hard to determine, not only because it's a different language what's being said, but because the letters are different. A helpful thing on the Research Wiki is that there is a German handwriting section. So if you go to that section, there are tutorials on how to decipher German handwriting. You can print up a chart that has our characters, or the standard characters we use now, and different characters that have been used in the past. So while you're looking at a set of records that are written in one of these other scripts, you can use the charts to determine what's being said. And if you do it a lot, you can get really good at it. And some things I've noticed are that even when it's in the different script, some people's handwriting I can read really well and I just intuitively know what's being said, and others it might take me an hour to decipher what's in a particular record. My grandmother was from a German-speaking part of Hungary, and some of the records for her family are in German, some of them are in Latin again, and some of them are in Hungarian. So I've also needed the Hungarian genealogical word list to figure out what's being said in the records for her family. Also, the portion of Hungary she's from is now part of Romania. And if I go to the Research Wiki and I go to Hungary, the area she's from comes up as one of the choices. So I can click on that choice and it gives me a history of the area. It also has a list of links where I might find some of the records for her ancestors. In fact, I can also get links to specific databases where I can find records or digital images of records. So that has been really helpful. The same thing actually with my Czech ancestors. If I go there and I click on different specific areas, it'll take me to the archives for that area of the Czech Republic. And I've actually been able to trace my great-grandfather back quite a few generations, which was very exciting because we knew basically nothing about him or his family. We knew about him. We didn't know about his ancestors. So those are some of the things you can find in the Research Wiki portion of FamilySearch.org. So information in helping you know what the words are that you might find in records in a certain language, links to specific records, tutorials on something specific for that country or that area of a country, and all kinds of different things. So I hope that you take a chance to look at the Research Wiki on FamilySearch.org. The rest of the Family Search website you need to register to use, but the Research Wiki you can use without being registered. So you don't need to register, you don't need to sign in if you are registered. If you want to click on links to records that are on Family Search, then at that point you would need to sign in. But it's pretty nice that you can anybody can just go use the research information on the Research Wiki. I hope that was helpful for you, and we will be back next week with another Family Research video. Thank you.